Good morning, Sarah Outlaw from Natural Health Improvement Center of South Jersey and Natural Health Improvement Center of Des Moines. I wanted to talk to you today about fertility and endocrine system hormone wellness. Just a few minutes on a subject that's really important to me, obviously, as a female and also as a woman. So I wanted to talk to you specifically about fertility and what nutrition response testing and functional nutrition can do for fertility. I have a lot of women who come in that are having fertility issues at both clinics. And what I've found is that we have to treat the whole body holistically and handle everything that's going on. There are a lot of reasons why a woman has become infertile. One of the main reasons is that women who are my age, trying to have babies, are having trouble because of what's called Pottinger's cats. Pottinger's cats, Pottinger what, you might say? What do cats have to do with humans, you might say? Well, let me tell you, okay? Because I like cats. I have a lot of them. If you know me, you know I have an animal rescue at my house, at my farm, and we have lots of cats, much to my poor husband's dismay because he doesn't really like them, and he's kind of allergic, but not anymore because I fixed that, but that's another subject. Anyway, so back to Pottinger's cat. So Francis Pottinger was a researcher, scientist, and he did some studies on cats, in the 30s and 40s, and he found that cats who ate a bad diet that they weren't supposed to eat, a diet full of cooked foods, cooked meats, cooked milk, and those types of things, didn't do well, and by the third generation, they were infertile. And before that, all of their offspring started having problems such as weakened bone structure, narrowed eyes, narrowed cheekbones. They had other issues that they weren't able to stand on their feet. If you drop them, they'd collapse. They weren't able to land on their feet. You know, cats, as soon as you drop them, they land on their feet like that. And they're able to climb like spider monkeys and all those types of things. So the cats that he was experimenting with didn't have those reflexes anymore. By the third generation, they were infertile, as I said. With the proper nutrition, he was able to reverse that problem. By the seventh generation, he was able to reverse the issue. So Weston Price, my husband said he loves cats. That's funny on the comments. It is funny because we are able to actually relate ourselves to cats in a way, because Weston Price, who was a dentist, took that research from Francis Pottinger and related it to humans and watched humans who actually became infertile because of poor nutrition. So we are able to see this now. What that means for us today in our generation, and I'm going to collect my train of thoughts because I'm a little bit scattered this morning because of the bad weather we have going on outside. As human beings and as women and men who are reproducing, we have mostly come here in the United States from other places, right? So I wasn't originally from here. My family came over from Italy a few generations ago, and you might be from, whatever country. The diets are very specific in those countries. You eat certain things. If you are from Mexico, you eat Mexican traditional food. If you are from Spain, you eat Spanish foods. Lithuanian foods. Italy, where I'm from, Italian food, right? When you come to America, you have all these melting pot of foods, and you have the westernized diet, which is the standard American diet of sugar and carbs and soda, and then et cetera, et cetera. That's where the problem is. We are not eating what we used to be eating. We're not getting the nutrition that our bodies need. So the farther you are removed from your native diet, whatever that was, wherever you are from, the worse your health is. So I am third generation from Italy, and myself and my children would be technically the sickest, right? Because we're the farthest removed so far. And so my teeth are pretty straight, right? You can see my teeth. I didn't have any braces. I don't have any cavities. I never have. But my kids all needed, two, maybe three, need orthodontist work. They have crooked teeth. Even though my diet was good, it doesn't matter at this point in time, and a couple of cavity issues as they were little. So I'm seeing, even though I'm trying really hard to clean up my health and clean up my diet, my children are still seeing the effects of the Pottinger's cat thing, okay? So relate that to fertility. Most of my generation is third or fourth or fifth or sixth removed. and they're becoming infertile due to the westernized diet. So what we do in my practice is we assess the nutrition. We see where you are. Can we get you on a really good fertility diet, get you eating really, really well, nutrient-dense foods that are going to nourish your system, and start reversing those processes. Another thing that we see that hinders people from being able to get pregnant is what we call the 5 barriers of healing. I know you've heard me talk about this before, but basically it's food sensitivities due to leaky gut, due to immune system issues. Immune system challenges are the other barrier. We see bacteria, we see viruses, parasites, and funguses and yeast, and also metals and chemicals. Now, pay special close attention to this, because you can have metals that get into all of the soft tissue of your body, right? Your brain, all other places. Guess what happens when you start to try to detoxify or get rid of metals, or if you've been exposed to metals, they go into the organs, including the reproductive organs, and that's what happened to me. So my story basically is I've had 4 miscarriages over my childbirthing career, and they were mostly due to, we found out later, that I had very serious metal toxicity in my reproductive organs, specifically mercury and aluminum, that was sitting in there making it a toxic soup for a baby, and it couldn't survive in there. So when I got tested, it was very high concentration actually, and that was hindering me from being able to carry a baby to term. So that is something that we really look at when we're doing our testing, and making sure that we are getting those metals and chemicals or whatever toxicity in those reproductive organs out. We test very specifically. Now, I am very specific with my patients, and I don't often take patients on that are in a hurry to get pregnant if they have a metal and a chemical in the system, unless I can guarantee that we can get it out, which I can't, because I want to make sure that body is completely clean. It's hard enough to carry a baby to term. Every 1 out of 5 pregnancies ends in miscarriages, right? So we need to give it a chance and get your body clean. So you need to give your body some time, 6 months to a year sometimes, if it's really serious, to get all these things out and get your body back on track. It is really important, if you are coming to me to fertility, that we test every single endocrine organ, from the hypothalamus all the way down to the reproductive organs, and make sure they are all balanced. So fertility patients get the full treatment. They're getting their endocrine system checked every single time they come in, to make sure that everything is really, really strong, that their thyroids are okay, the whole endocrine system, adrenal health is good. We want all those hormones producing properly. We don't want dips of hormones. We don't want progesterone being too low, especially. That is a miscarriage risk. We want the estrogen to be balanced and all of that. So we pay really close attention to what the body's telling us with our testing, to make sure that we are on the right track. Husbands and partners are required to be on a program with me when a fertility patient comes in specifically for fertility. Why? Because it's not always the girl's fault, right? It's the husband or partner's fault too. Sometimes if there is low motility, or if his hormones are off, or if he has any kind of viral issues going on in his system. So we are very, very thorough in checking the husband, partner, or wife, partner, and making sure that everything is okay with both of them, and they both have to be on a program at least up until the woman gets pregnant, right? Because we want to make sure that we have everything okay. So give yourself a chance. Unless there's some physical defect in the womb itself, there really is no reason why we cannot help with fertility. Some people use me in conjunction with their fertility treatments, their conventional treatments, to help to make that work better, and that's completely fine with me as well. I will support you wherever you are in your fertility journey with whatever I can do nutritionally to help you with my testing and with my expertise in making sure that you the best chance that you have of getting pregnant. So when people come into me, what can they expect with a fertility program? They can expect a full workup to see what is going on, what do we need to do as a fertility specialist to get you on, fertility nutrition specialist to get you on the right track to getting you pregnant. So we have a wall, a invisible wall of babies. We've had a lot of babies that have been born over the last few years through fertility programs with us, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing to see people who have not been able to have children previously or have had multiple miscarriages to get pregnant. We have a 95% success rate in fertility here. There's always a couple percentage of people that have just not been able to yet for whatever reason. Usually it's a physical issue that we haven't been able to break through. but for the most part, we have been so successful, and I'm so thankful that I have this opportunity to help people who aren't able to have children to have them. But it is really important to be able to strictly follow whatever nutrition protocol that I have put in front of you for a fertility program. You have to follow it. You can't just come in and do your own thing for any kind of nutrition program that I do. If you're going to pay the money and spend the time to see a nutrition professional such as myself, then you have to put the time and the effort in on your own and follow the recommendations as outlined. And the partner has to come in as well. That is not a negotiable thing. So if you're both not willing to come in, then this is not the place for you. I'm more than happy to help people who are willing to help themselves. So okay, so we use very specific supplementation. We are looking at the endocrine organs, so we'll be supporting the endocrine organs very specifically. Usually I'm using some standard processed products to support their uterus. I'm using omega-3s. I'm using I have a prenatal vitamin that I really, really like. That's whole food that I will use for fertility patients. I'm looking at iron. I'm looking at zinc. I'm looking at vitamin B. I'm looking at C and D. I'm looking at all of these things in a whole food context, not synthetic vitamins. The worst thing you can do is put yourself on a synthetic prenatal vitamin. They are not okay. You want to be taking folate, not folic acid, for example. You want to be taking those prenatal vitamins that are food-based, not and whole food, and not synthetic. You don't want to flood your body with synthetic vitamins. The vitamins that we use, the supplements that we use, don't make people nauseous. So you can, if you get morning sickness, you can grind them up into a smoothie or something and drink them, or swallow them if you're able to. We help to minimize, once you do get pregnant, the morning sickness, the leg cramping, the ligament pain, the varicose veins, all of these things during pregnancy we could help you with. So we not only do a fertility program, we also do a whole full prenatal program with you once you do get pregnant to help you through all of those steps and all of those stages of pregnancy, the acid reflux, whatever it is, not being able to sleep. And we really help you to get through the entire 9 months, and then beyond. Once the baby's born, you bring the baby in, and then we take care of them too. We're also able to do muscle testing in when the baby's in the womb, different areas, which is really cool. So I put my mother hat on, and I help you wherever you are in your fertility journey. Can I help everyone? Of course not. I know you can't help everyone with everything, but I can help most people, especially with the nutrition piece. So if you come in, I can help you do that. I'm really full of new patients right now, and there might be a little bit of a wait for both offices, but I'm doing my best to accommodate everybody. We've gotten really popular, especially in the last few months. So I am happy to help you as soon as I can. You can give the office a call in New Jersey. We are located in Cherry Hill, New Jersey at 856-667-6805, or send us an email at info@nhicsouthjersey.com. And if you're in the Des Moines, Iowa area, you can feel free to contact us there at 515-809-8747 or info@nhicdesmoines.com. We do have very specific protocols, like I say, that are all tested through nutrition response testing, so I don't offer any recommendations or nutritional advice online or on the phone or any other place. You have to come in and get actually tested, muscle testing, nutrition response testing, for me to give you anything. I'm not that kind of an online nutritionist. I don't do that kind of thing. So you have to see me physically in order to be able to be helped by me, just so we're clear on that. So give me a shout if you want to get an appointment. It's not super expensive for an initial consultation. It's $180 for everything in the beginning, and we go from there. So let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon about another subject. If you have any topics you're interested in hearing about with a quick segment like this, then put it in the comments. I'm happy to share what I know on what you want to know on another video segment. Have a great day, everyone. Despite the rain in New Jersey, smile and make someone else smile today.